New York Magazine has apologized for the story that they ran on a 17-year-old by the name of Mohammed Islam and how he allegedly made $72 million trading stocks during his lunch break in high school. Turns out the whole story was a hoax. Now, at first, the reporter on that story, Jennifer Pressler, or Jessica Pressler, I should say, denied any wrongdoing. They said that they did their due diligence, and then later on they issued an apology. So let me tell you how it all went down, okay? First of all, the New York Observer actually spoke to Mohammed Islam, and that was when the 17-year-old admitted that he had lied to New York Magazine about the entire story. New York Observer asked him, "You seem to be quoted saying 8 figures. That's not true, is it?" He says, "No, it's not true." "Is there any figure? Have you invested and made returns at all?" And he said, "No." "So it's total fiction?" "Yes."
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me jump in here with a couple of thoughts immediately. First, you know who I blame? Me. We're doing this story yesterday. $1,000 into $72 million? Come on, Cenk. You got to do better than that, right? I should have called Mankiewicz on that right away. Or I should have Mankiewicz'd it and said, that's not remotely true, right? And in the first story, they had $72 million in the headline, and then they took down the headline and said 8 figures, which is much vaguer. Second red flag, right? And so I should have picked up those red flags. Not on my A game yesterday, because it's and especially for a kid in high school. I mean, it's rang of such bullshit.
So I know that some people are going to criticize us, even though we're not the reporters on this story. We're simply commenting on the story. But even if it makes us look like clowns, I'm actually really happy with the way this all turned out. This makes me feel fucking awesome. Okay?
You're so funny.
Yeah, the thought of a 17-year-old making $72 million during his lunch break was devastating. Okay? And I was up at night facing a cold sweat, couldn't sleep. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? So the fact that this 17-year-old made it up actually makes me feel really good.
I mean, to my tiny bit of credit last night, I said, I mean, if it happened, that it was a jackpot.
Yeah.
I believe that it happened based on the story. I mean, the New York Magazine is no joke. That's a very reputable magazine, right?
So was Rolling Stone.
Yeah, that's true. So I thought it's a jackpot, and I said at the end of the story, don't try to replicate it. You won't be able to. You'll lose all your money. Don't try to do 1,000 into 70. That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't do it, right? So now. But there's more wrinkles to this story.
There are, because as I mentioned earlier, Jessica Pressler was standing by her article, and she was like, "What? I was intentionally vague. I said that some of this, relied on rumors and things like that." Whatever. Now, here are actual excerpts from the piece, right? Mohammed provided bank statements that showed that he is worth 8 figures, and he confirmed on the record that he's worth 8 figures. Okay, so they said that they looked at bank statements and that they did their fact checking, right? Later on in their apology, they said, "Oh, it turns out that those were fraudulent statements." Okay, I mean, you guys, it's New York Magazine, okay? This isn't, I don't know, whatever, some other publication that doesn't have any credibility, okay? New York Magazine, you have the resources. Rolling Stone, you had the resources. You got to do honest reporting. You got to do your fact checking, right? Now, Jessica Pressler also told CNN, "I still think the piece is skeptical enough. The story says this is a rumor and draw your own conclusions." That wasn't the sense that I got from reading the piece.
No, come on. That's a backpedal and not a very good one.
No, it's a terrible backpedal. Now, here's another part of the original New York Magazine article. Mo got into trading oil and gold, and his bank account grew. Though he is shy about the 72 million number, he confirmed his net worth is in the high 8 figures. More than enough to rent an apartment in Manhattan, though his parents won't let him live in it until he turns 18, and acquire a BMW, which he can't drive because he doesn't yet have a license. Okay, those are things that you reported as facts, right?
Yes.
So is there any evidence of the Manhattan apartment? Is there any evidence of the BMW? Come on, man.
Yeah. So now they say there is no such thing. Now Mohammed claims that, I was just trading on a fake account for school, for fun, right? I don't know what to believe at this point, but if he showed them a real bank account, what is possible is that his family is incredibly wealthy, and then they were like, idiot. What have you done?
Yeah, that's a
Right?
possibility for sure.
So, no. Say the whole thing was made up because we don't want people to know we have that kind of money. There's a million reasons why they wouldn't want them to know that they have that kind of money. And they're like, and so then you have the kid going, backpedal. Because in the first retraction that I saw, Mohammed Islam was not saying that it was totally made up, right? He was saying, it's not exactly right. I don't know. And in the second one, he was like, no, I made the whole thing up. I swear I did, right? So most likely it's all made up. Well, there could be a wrinkle to the wrinkle.
No, I hope it's all made up. Now, finally, I would like to read you the apology from New York Magazine. A source close to the Islam family told the Washington Post that the statements were falsified. We were duped. Our fact-checking process was obviously inadequate. We take full responsibility, and we should have known better. New York Magazine apologizes to our readers.
So now that that's a full-blown apology, and they're saying they were completely duped, and I saw a story that said his family's middle class from the Queens. Okay, at this point, it's irrelevant. The main thing that you have to know is don't try day trading. You're not going to become a millionaire, okay? More likely you lose all your money, and this kid didn't do it either, so it was a scam. Everybody, bring it down.